Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in. My name is Gergana Stancheva. I'm co-founder and COO of LAM'ON. We are a Bulgarian-based company. We manufacture, and we are also an R&D company as well. Our main products are bio-based and suitable for compost laminating films, oriented for the print sector, and packaging films for the packaging sector. Everything we do is tailored to be a sustainable alternative to the currently used products, with the main goal to have something that's really simple, used in the exact same ways, that comes in the same sizes and thicknesses, but just has a different end of life strategy and can actually be described as sustainable. So in that sense, of course, our products are an innovation, and that's why we are here. Also joining me is Florin from Bluana, an awesome Romanian startup that we've been fans for quite a while now. And that's, we kind of stalked for a bit and then convinced to join us in applying for a LIFE program, which is EU-funded program. We couldn't get in, but we're still in contact and plan to work together because, we want to package all of their products. And now I'm going to give the floor to Florin to introduce himself.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Gergana. Actually, we met before, and
that's right.
Yeah, and I think we are working to be partner in a European program or more than one, trying to meet our product with the sustainable packaging. So we are about the product, but also about technology. We are developing an alternative for fish, and specifically, it's the fish that goes into the sushi. Since this is the most endangered, and according to the projections, maybe in 10 years, there will be no more bluefin tuna into the oceans. And I think it's the time to start looking for alternatives, which have to be at the same value nutritional with the original, but can be even better as gastronomical experience. So we tried from this angle, started with the molecular gastronomy, having a team of chefs behind of that, and we developed an alternative for tuna and salmon, which is going on rice, meaning sushi. And when it was the time of let's go to the market with that, assessing the technologies, we realized actually there is no technology that could replicate what we did in the lab, because it's a different texture, different moisture, different way of making the product. So we tried to make something out of it. The technology from the confectionery and the dairy industry, and we end up with a new technology actually, which we call high moisture, high nutrients injection. And that will allow us to make a product which is an alternative in the way of the moist and the texture of the real fish, but also it's coming with some new features like shelf stability. And that it's opening a new array of possibilities, like shipping directly to the consumer, or reducing the waste in the sushi industry. So in the end, we came up with a better solution, we think.
Awesome, yeah. To be honest, yes, as other than producers of packaging, everyone from the founding team, and not only, we are eco-activists as well, and two of us are proud vegans. So having alternatives to meat, and especially fish, because we kind of own meat and are in direct correlation with the ocean's health. Having alternatives to something that's overly used right now is quite important. So we're fans, not only because of that, but in general, that's a great issue to be involved in. So what were the main challenges for you in the beginning in developing the innovation? You mentioned that, you just couldn't find the proper technology in order to produce on big scale, but what are the main issues when you start to build a food related company that's also very highly innovative?
Yeah, the challenge is there, and it has been before of us there, of course. We came after the first alternative was launched in the market. So we are kind of the second generation. But we have the opportunity in those 2 years to learn what it's working and what it's not working. And we realize that just being a brand company, making a product, making it with an external, with a contract manufacturer, doesn't work and doesn't add up value and doesn't solve the problem in the end. So because food, it's a little bit more conservative industry, people are reacting in the different pace and they are adapting in the different pace. But it's being an intimate experience. In the end, people chose the best product. So in order to make the best product and not having the right technology, developing another technology, you realize, oh my God, we need a lot of money to make that happen. So this is the mood we are right now to raise the next round and to have the pilot machinery and pilot production. So this is the main challenge in front of us. As about the market, we have serious discussions with food service companies and even with the Japanese airlines for in-flight meal. So yes, we have the market is there, it's pulling, but we have to come up with our plant, which will be with patented the new technology.
Awesome. Yeah, to be honest, the main challenge in front of us, especially in the beginning, and even now, it's a constant struggle, is of course funding and making sure that you have enough money to actually build the type of factory or production base that you need. Also, you need to kind of set some aside for proper marketing and sales, which we did not. So it's something that you kind of live and learn step by step, where you need to kind of allocate pockets of money for later days. And everything, especially because we both built physical products. It's not any type of software database driven solution. It's a physical product that then needs to be certified, needs to be registered, needs to go through multiple rounds of testing, and multiple different companies and end users need to test everything. For us, the long cycle of R&D was very much hard and much longer than I expected.
Like someone said, hard is hard.
Yeah.
So
fair enough. Yeah. But yeah, so fundraising is
business yet at this point. Fundraising is the constant focus of the CEO and the management. We have to ensure enough funding to go further, because being in industries which are pretty well established, in order to disrupt this, there is entrance fee which it's higher than some SaaS industry where the entrance tax is actually very, very low. You just have to launch an app and see if it sticks or if it not. Yeah.
When it comes to legislations and the type of certification and registration that you need to do in order to sell, for example, in Europe, although you mentioned you're going to Asia as well, but what are the main ones that are in front of you that you need to be accounted for, the type of certification that you need to go through? Because for us, for example, one is being bio-based, then it's being biodegradable, then it's being home compostable, industrial compostable. Then you have another array of certifications that are for food contact and food safety. So you need to go through so many different types of cycles of testing and certification. All of them cost a lot of money, around 30,000 euro for each, which if you're a new company or a small company that doesn't have proper traction, it's almost impossible. So yeah, you need additional funding just for those things in order to start testing with foods. So yeah, what are the main ones in front of you, and if you can share the cost of kind of the bigger ones, because I think that's something that people don't really take into account, because kind of the bad foods and the bad packaging don't pay anything for that type of certification, because they don't need to, and they don't pay really taxes for being unhealthy or being polluting, but we do. So what are the main ones in front of you?
Yeah, we are coming from the food field, me, my co-founder, and actually we try to avoid complicated things into these beginnings. That's because novel foods in Europe, they only approve like 5 in the last 10 years. So the process it's very complicated. So we are not having a novel food, meaning a new ingredient, a new protein or something. We are using existing ingredients. The way we are mixing them and the way we are processing them thermally and mechanically is the new thing. But even those machineries are food grade, are coming from the food industry. It's just that we tweak like 10%, 15% of it. So it's not maybe so complicated in this field, but we still need all the certification that the plant needs in the food sector, and of course to be produced in the proper way. But still, we are not in the cell base, meaning that we are not producing from stem cells the meat in this stage, at least, because as I spoke with people in the industry, in the next 10 years, there will not be a market for cell-based meat yet, because they don't have approvals. So,
which sucks, because we should invest into, as you know, as society, not the two of us, but yeah, as a society, and as especially the EU, I think should invest in actually moving that conversation forward and making sure that we get to that stage faster, because it will reduce significantly the amount of animals that we need to bring to life and then kill, and the CO2 that comes with it, and the emissions and the pollution that come with it. It's
not
just
only,
a simple
but
answer.
it's an entire system that is broken, because for all that cattle they raise in Brazil, they need to cut forest, and to feed the cattle they need to cut forest to plant soy. And
Exactly.
in the end, to have all this agriculture intensive, you need to use all of those chemicals, which are going, all those fertilizers going into the ocean. The ocean, it's hot, and in the tropics they start to grow much bigger amounts of algae, and those are blocking then
the oxygen,
the sea for the sea creatures, and it's everything bounded in a cycle. So in the end, we are doing a lot of damaging for that beef in the plate. So we as a planet have to make more sustainable alternatives.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to
But
turn
tasty,
the podcast.
tasty. I mean, we don't have to eat paper. we have to have good foods made by chefs.
Yeah, and we can, and we see a lot of proof already around us. Not just you, but there are a lot of meat alternatives, a lot of cheese alternatives that are healthier
better
and more sustainable, and overall, just and more humane, to be honest, than the current ones. And yeah, as I began to say, I'm not trying to turn the podcast into a vegan propaganda, although I could. But in general, that's quite a big thing. Thankfully, we see.
There is a joke. How do you recognize a vegan in a room?
she's gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's funny because it's true. But yeah, other than that, I think it's great that now even, we all realize that not everybody's going to turn vegan tomorrow or even vegetarian, but thinking about sustainability and thinking the way we consume all sorts of resources around us, I think is a key driver nowadays in the market as well. And I think that's why businesses are kind of starting to catch up with people and starting to, care much more about what type of products they're coming up with, or they're offering to the market. What are they packaged in? So that's great for us as a business as well. What do you think is the kind of the importance of packaging and the things around your product when it comes to how it is perceived on the market? So what is the role of packaging for Bluana's products in particular?
Yeah, it's important. From the day one, actually being funded in the beginnings from the EIT climate grants, two grants, we position ourselves as a whole package sustainable company, meaning not only the product but also the wrapping, the packaging. So we were looking for the solutions, and actually we couldn't found until LAM'ON came. So yeah, it's a new field as well. And we, at least in Europe, we are very, very aware of this sector, and actively trying to find solutions that work in the food industry. So we, as being a company that it's responsible and wants to have the entire talks and walks. We have to have biodegradable materials to wrap the products.
Yeah, great. Well, good for us. But yeah, just a bit of background. The main product.
Sorry, just to close the entire loop, because in the end, all this microplastic, all this plastic goes to the oceans, goes to the fish.
Yeah.
So actually, if we want to really help the sea stock to recover, we have to fight on all the dimensions.
Yeah, on all fronts. And it's not a one solution fits every problem. I think a lot of solutions need to come into more industrial scale and actually be widely available in order for us to see even a little bit of change. Because even now it's with products and companies such as ours that produce alternative to petroleum-based packaging, we're just a teeny tiny drop in a sea of so much packaging that we cannot, for the life of us, make any significant change. The more we scale, of course, things are gonna improve, but we need a lot of competition. I think they're more of partners if they're on the sustainable side, but we need a lot of different solutions for different problems. Yeah. So yeah, for the food industry specifically, I think one of the biggest challenges so far has been that we use a lot of plastic, then that gets contaminated or contaminated with food and doesn't get recycled. Even if it's gets thrown in the proper recycling bin, which is usually not the case, then it doesn't get recycled properly. More often than not, it just doesn't go to the right bin. It just goes straight into the communal waste. And that's where I think bioplastics in general can actually make a difference, because it's something that doesn't later on become microplastics or nanoplastics, bioplastics that are really from renewable resources and are truly biodegradable, meaning they're suitable for compost. Industrial or home compost. Industrial will take a lot longer, of course, if they don't end up in industrial compost, but even so, they're not going to become microplastics. In time, they will biodegrade completely, and they will be, they will become part of the whole cycle, and microorganisms are going to eat them up. So I think this is where bioplastics should be really used, because if you want to package, I don't know, some type of medicine, might not be a great fit because it's not that durable and it's not that long lasting. But if it's food, especially food that doesn't, need to stay around for like 10 years, it can be bioplastics and not petroleum-based plastics. And also in foods, recycled petroleum-based plastic is not really a great option because it's can't be properly cleaned. So yeah, it's really common sense. Unfortunately, yeah, as I mentioned, certifying and making sure that you pass through all the hoops in order to be allowed to package food takes a while. We have a product that's called Pack on Oxygen because it has oxygen and water vapor barrier properties that are suitable for packaging more delicate foods like your fish alternatives. And we have tested the product that there are no migrations. So the product itself, the foil itself, it's a packaging foil. It's food safe, but we haven't certified the place where we produce everything because we have our own production facility. And in order to make sure we are allowed to produce food packaging, we need to make sure there are some regulations that we need to comply with, which of course great because companies should be forced to comply with certain regulations if they're going to package food. But yeah, it just takes a really long time, and we are a bit out of time. So yeah, hopefully more and more companies that are already producing food packaging will just turn to bioplastics and make that switch.
Yeah. I think European Union it's a very bold in its goals of net zero, and it's leading the global change because not all the world it's in the same stage of awareness at least. And I really think that European Union should support, and I know it's supporting these initiatives because in the end, it's something that we should achieve. I think only 10 years for the net zero we have.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's fast enough even with the way things are going now, but yeah, fingers crossed we managed to get to that point. Okay, so what are the next plans in front of you? The next big things that you want to achieve in the next, let's say, a year, and then next 3 years? What are the plans?
For us, it's just crawling steps in this moment. I mean, yeah, we are looking for that machine and that factory, and that's it for the moment. And then starting to sell like crazy, but it's the next step.
Nice. Great. Yeah. What do you need in order to do that other than funding? Is there something else that you're looking into, partners? Because we have a stage now, so let's give a shout out to anybody we want to work with.
Yeah, we want to be a partner with people in the food service, in the sushi chains, pokeball chains, industry. So that's a partnership we are actively looking everywhere, and we have discussions on that. And because we also have side of the development, which is the nutritional density. We even thought of having discussions, at least at this stage, with gym chains, meaning that we can provide a very nutrition food. It's not a bar, but it's still shelf stable, so it could be used by a gym
as a snack
lover. Yeah, as a snack. Yeah,
nice.
With rice,
we can package
without
that.
rice. Yeah.
Awesome. That sounds awesome. And that's definitely a market niche that everybody is going into with good reason, because everybody's trying, especially nowadays people are actively trying to take care of themselves physically and mentally. So I think that the more the merrier when it comes to healthy snacks that can actually help you out. Great, that sounds awesome. Well, for us, it's because we have the production facility now, we have the machine and everything. We're now actively trying to sell like crazy. That's the thing in front of us. If anybody there needs anything packaged, give us a call. But yeah, we now officially launched a month ago or something. We launched our laminating film that's called LAM'ON. It's a thermal laminating film. We launched 2 of our pack-on products. That's the packaging line. So we have pack-on classic. That's for packaging everything from napkins to fruits and veggies to, I don't know, garments and stuff. And then we also have pack-on shrink, which is the thermal shrink film, mainly used for multi-packs. So, for example, beer bottles that need to be, in a multi-pack, or other type of products that need to be kind of combined for shipping and logistics. We have that, and
Water,
all of them are. Waters, of course. So the main challenge in front of us now is who's going to be the first big company that takes us on board, because nobody really wants to be first, because of course we don't have a history behind us. So it is a bit risky to get involved with a brand new company and give them that much responsibility, but somebody needs to. So that's the challenge in front of us, and the plans for the next few years is pretty much that: just sell a lot, double the production capacity, sell some more, and continue our R&D efforts as well. We do want to stay an R&D company as well, and continue developing different products, different finishes for the laminating films, coatings, and everything else for the print sector, plus a lot of others. Really, really eco-friendly packaging options as well, and maybe partner up with different startups in order to mix and match our solutions and make sure we have an answer to every problem.
I have to say that like, I don't know, 6 months ago, we launched in Romania a very successful collecting recycling of water bottles, and
nice.
We have all those machineries put it everywhere around the retailer shops, and actually you just come with the bottles and have a ticket with which you can spend on the shop, and it's really working. I mean, it's really working. So if
it's been working in Western Europe for a while now. Sorry to interrupt you, but that type of thing has been working in Western Europe for a while now. But Bulgaria and Romania, we're just now implementing it. So I'm really happy to hear that it's working.
So the companies which are producing all those, I mean, they are bottling the water. If they did this step, why they cannot do the next step of wrapping actually the bottles in the right material? So
we'll get in touch. We'll wrap them. We'll shrink their bottles. Yeah, that sounds great. Well, okay. Is there anything else you would like to share with whoever's listening to us?
I think for this stage it's enough. We're looking forward to make a new step and communicate again.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much. Thank you to InnovX for having us both and for giving us that the stage and opportunity to talk to everybody. Thank you again, Florin, for joining me. We do plan to package, and we need to test your products personally very soon. So we're going to talk about that later. But thank you so much for joining. If you need any type of fish alternative, go check out Bluana. And if you need anything packaged or laminated, check out LAM'ON. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a lovely day.